So get me in as level designer. Well, you never know. We actually will be with the story stuff. Kind of our current needs. If we were going to get somebody else on the project, um, Adam has leveled up in terms of the actual content creation. So content creation's actually not doing too bad. We could use like a technical artist sort of person to do material stuff. Other than that, somebody who could do a bunch of um, gameplay stuff and like make objects, because Adam can make tons of assets and all that shit. But somebody that could do UI work, could actually do, gameplay stuff and make new, like Adam can draw abilities and then, hook them up in the game and, work on that sort of stuff. So it's not out of the realm of possibility of like, yeah, we might actually be looking for a level engineer and like gameplay engineer sort of position. It's not really a design position though, but we may have needs for that sort of stuff at some point. Also, you can only get what you can get. There's only so many unicorns out there. But especially with us making like lots of different story-based stuff, we'll be needing to make a lot of areas and all that. So we're trying to load into this with our secondary clients. Just multiple clients take a while to do their thing. I'm actually gonna run out of fucking time. See if I can join with these clients. And I guess one other thing, if you're working with other people, you don't want to work with other people that don't have some investment in the project. So network sync's really not very good on that one. It's a lot better on the stomp. Yeah, there's something in there with the falling animation stuff not working too well. It's gonna be because of something else, right? It's gonna be this ground pounding. No, not ground pounding. We have ground pounding, aim shooting. Let's find our references for where we set this. No, it's more of if you're working with people and they want to like do stuff for free, things can be kind of complicated with games. Like sometimes you need to just tell somebody like, "Hey, I'm paying you for this. Shut the fuck up and do it," or "Hey, I'm paying you for this. You need to actually show up and deliver on this deadline," or kind of helps people from being honest. Kind of like if you pay your friend, like if your friend picks you up at the airport at like, 2 in the morning or drops you off or something, and you like pay him $20, that can actually cause problems. It's better if you do something like buy him dinner sometime, right? Because then it's not the it's better if you buy him dinner or some other object if you're gonna put money into it, or next time they need help, you help them move or some shit, right? Because if you just like pay somebody $20, it devalues the friendship, and all of a sudden you're a taxi for $20, and it complicates things. I wear gloves because I'm a nerd. Basically, it is true. I wear gloves because I saw the South Park episode, and the time I was playing, with the man who has that which has no life, and I was playing MMOs, and I was like, hey, that guy has a glove on his right hand, and that would help with the rub on the wrist. And so I was like, damn, I want to be like that guy. That's fucking smart. So, and then kind of since then, it's kind of like serious mode for working on the computer. It helps keep your hands warm. It's also a good work psychological trigger. Like I've got other gloves for playing games, and these are gloves I use for work. So it helps kind of get you. It's like in How do you kill a witches? It's like in Over the Top, right? You got Sylvester Stallone. He turns his hat around backwards when he gets all serious. It's totally that sort of bullshit. It's not about the gloves doing anything magical. It's about it changing how you think. Oh man, I want to cancel these child processes, but I can't. You're gonna have to fire somebody at work. Oh man, he's wearing the tie. Whose turn is it today? Alright, well, I'll worry about the network sync stuff in a little bit later. So what we want to do with this is, if we are no longer holding the button, we want to stop. So should aim shoot if key is triggered is false. Alright, so we also want to do, if we are aim shooting, is if aim shooting is true, then we want to check if the key is down. If the key is down, then we want to return true. So basically, if you're already aim shooting, we'll just have that true and false. And if we stop, we want to be able to stop when we let up. So we'll stop aim shoot active on animation end is performing action aim shot ability. So okay, if aim shooting is true, then we want to know if we are hitting yet. So if this is true, then there's nothing we can do. But if it's false, we can actually go ahead and stop. So we can clear our abilities. Let me see, it's going to be unlock animation. And stop aim shoot. How old are the gloves, by the way? Who has to wear black tie when reporting? Oh, how old am I, by the way? I am 30. So I've been in the industry for about 8 years. Okay, so our should is wrong. So, okay, so if key triggered is this and controllable. So if key is down. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Looking good for 30. I have looked better. This is never actually getting fired. If aim shooting is true, should aim shoot. How is it false? If is performing action. Okay, so what I should actually do here is put this crap up over here. So it's like if we are actually aim shooting, then we can do this sort of stuff. Otherwise, do the rest of this. Yeah, I looked a lot better before I before I started doing indie stuff and sitting in my basement all day by myself. That does a number on your figure. All right, so we got that, and I can cancel out of it. Alright, so let's put a minimum time in there, so you have to do it for a certain amount of time before you can cancel. So let's do aim shot min cancel time. Let's put a 0.2 seconds on that. So I think there is a set ability use or some like interrupt crap. So let's see, I think it's inside of the low hit ability. We've got this is performing action. Yeah, this ability interrupt time. Let's see when this is set ability used, and we set playtime times this. We add it in there, so we can get our ability interrupt time. Get real level time F. I don't really want to do this. I'm going to do aim shot start time. So we'll just do it that way. I'm not going to try to override this stuff. I don't know how you can game dev without 2 screens. I've got 4 screens. Yeah, you can't do game development with 1 screen. That's just madness. Any programming without multiple screens is just impossible. So I've got, like, you know, kind of a half circle of screens. Alright, aim shot start time is going to be 0. And should aim shoot. Alright, so what we're going to do is get level time F. And we're going to say if this is, we're going to subtract our air shot start time. If this is greater than or equal to our min cancel time. Alright, so that should have that. That was one of the things at Amazon. They didn't used to have multiple monitors for engineers until the game dev stuff started years ago. And the game devs are just like refusing to work without monitors, without multiple monitors. Let's just see if some of this works. Alright, so I need to set aim shot start time inside of our stop aim shoot. So this should be aim shot. Set that to 0. 1 for porn, obviously. I mean, that's just always going, right? I have a TV set up for that. That's just how the universe works, right? How come it's allowing me to cancel? It should not be allowing me to cancel. Should aim shoot. So if the key is down is false. Alright, I think I've got this reversed, right? So if this is greater than this, then we can set false. Otherwise we set true. The 4K TV motivation. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty demotivating, to be honest. Like, all right. So now we can't cancel. Excellent. So let's add in a 0.5. Let's just do a 0.5 seconds cancel time. Now what is with this? This should have it be canceling. So if the current time minus aim shot time should aim shoot is false. Alright, I'm just gonna, what number are we actually getting here? Okay, I should be able to like set this to 0 and have it work. Get level time F versus I screwed that up. Get real level time F versus level time F. Level time F is different. Very good. Alright, I need to go to that net actor. So we're going to keep that held down across the network as well. Alright, so what we want to do as well is we want to have a range on this, and then we want to teleport behind the thing and do it that way. So what should we do? We need a range on our thing. Aim, shoot, range. Let's get a range of... let's say 2,500. And I'll have aim, shoot, blink distance. So that'll be how far away we blink from the ball. Let's do 150. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get all bracken sack balls. We also need to get goals. Get bracken sack goals for get team. So we need some local variables here. We're going to need our ball. We are going to need our goal. And we are going to need our closest ball distance. So this guy is going to be an actor. This one is also going to be an object actor. And this one's just going to be a float. How often do I stream? I stream usually about as often as I can. So, like, this is the second stream of this week, I believe. Just because I was taking it easy, but like last week I wasn't able to stream that much because I really needed to get work done, so I had to focus on stuff. and that sort of thing. Alright, so we're going to start playing our animation regardless of what we're doing. But, so maybe I should start using better patterns inside of here. Sequence. I like to stream every 5 days or something, get like 2 views, but then I see people who don't have a clue about what they're doing get like 15 views. Well, it depends on, like, if I was streaming on a set schedule, I would get more people. Adam has a lot more people who watch his creative streams for drawing because he's got a set schedule. His stream is always starts at like 8 p.m. Pacific time, or on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's a reason why like they even gave him Twitch Partner, because the Twitch guy called him up and asked him like, well, do you have a schedule? And he's like, yes. He's like, it's really important. And streaming consecutively and then streaming that thing, the schedule makes a big difference. I did do game streaming for a while, like I was streaming like Battle Brothers and Pharaoh and some other things, and I think I got like 50 people at one point watching me play Pharaoh and shit like that, because you'll get people from like Good Old Games actually hosted me for some of that when they went on sale. Yeah, but my goal is not to have a big streaming audience. My goal is to have a not be just in my basement not talking to anybody, so have some sort of social interaction in my life, even if it's fake social interaction with Russian bots or not. Alright, so we need get entity, get actor location, we need to do get distance. So, yeah, I'm not trying to be some sort of like tutorial streamer or something else. I'm just doing my thing. So, all right. We also need the aim, shoot, blink distance, and we'll add these together. You want to inspire people and help people out. That's all you care about. My reasons for streaming are much more selfish. I am just trying to preserve my own sanity, so I don't go crazy while I am working on my own independent projects. Alright, so we want to set the ball to the current actor, if that's the case, and set our closest ball distance as well to this guy. Very good. So once this is completed, we want to see if the ball is valid. Is not valid, then we're just going to do a return. Yeah. So we're going to grab the closest goal. So we need closest ball distance is less than this. This needs to be an OR right here with if the ball is valid. Yeah, Adam streams, I think, for different reasons. Like, he's streaming because he's building a community, and he's been streaming to teach people, because he has, like, an animation course that people take and stuff like that. And when he was getting Twitch front page for a while for creative stuff, and Twitch front page global, like, he actually got, like, 1,000 people or, 1,500 people in chat. Have you got his link? Yeah, you can check out his channel there. He streams on the weekends. He would be streaming right now, but he's working on secret story stuff for the game, so he can't really give that away. Okay, so we need closest ball distance. Why don't we just do closest distance? And then at the beginning of this thing, we'll set this to zip. We don't need to set it to 0. All right, so if this is valid, oh, very good. I'm sure he does all the art stuff. His stream is much more focused on the creative stuff and the story, and he's got people who've been following him for years and years and years. Okay, so what we want to do is get our actor location. Yeah, so it's basically all of this sort of stuff. This needs to be not valid. All right, here we are. And we do not have an aim shoot blink distance. Alright, so we'll set the goal there. Once this is finished, if the goal is not valid, then we can return. Alright. Let's grab these guys, and I'm just going to print out the names. So let's print that out just like so. Do you find it easier to work at night? I don't care about when I work. The big thing for me is that I work in a basement, which is a nice big spacious basement that I have in a little office corner. And the important thing is that it's nice and cool. And dark when I want it to be dark. And it really helps with noise and anything else if I'm in the basement because tiny little windows that are covered up. So it's pretty simple for me. I don't have to do too much as a result. Basically, when I was looking for a house to buy, I just for a while I'm indie cheap house. I was like, needs a basement. Needs a good place for me to work. I was fortunate enough when making the switch from Amazon to doing independent development. I was just like, I am going to buy the cheapest place. I don't need to live here very long. It should just be an investment that I'll sell in a couple of years. So simple stuff. It was actually really funny. All right. Ball is that BP Brackensack C1 and goal is BP goal red. So it's grabbing my current team's goal. So I need the opposite team. So get Brackensack goals. Get Brackensack goals for the other team. So what do I need? I guess other team. So we'll just switch off of it. Theoretically, it would be better to have like get other team function, but and then I could support any teams that would just grab the closest goal that you could score on. But this will do, because the story mode stuff will be simpler. I'm the stereotypical game dev. Well, at least I own my basement. I'm not like in my parents' basement or something like that, right? BP blue goal. Alright, let's see why this thing is not failing. It should be failing, so... Oh, vector length squared. Right, that's what's going to be going on. So, aim, shoot, blink distance needs to be multiplied by itself. Welcome back, sir. Okay, so this guy is very large. This guy is that. Okay, so yeah, the issue, of course, is that we're taking the actor location. I need to just be taking the... Yeah. I mean, the X's shouldn't be any sort of issue here, but let's just make sure. And these are backwards is what it looks like. The ball and the player and the goal should all be on the same X, but let's just make sure. That's pretty much how a lot of programming works. Why does this do this? It's usually a lot of, how the hell did this ever work before? Alright, so we are too far away. So let's get real close. We're still too far away. Eleven 6 4 2 1 2500 times 2. So, oh yeah, I'm using the wrong number. We should be using aim shoot range. Yeah, Adam's working on kind of a different collectible sort of thing. So this is just a prototype, but it's going to be a water lolly that you can collect, and it makes sense for them to explode since they're very fragile. Alright, so it's trying to shoot it toward the blue goal. Couldn't find anything. Alright, so from this distance, it'll work. Okay, so what we want to do is we've got our object here. So we're printing them all out. Excellent. So what we need to do is find our new location that we're going to put ourselves in. So we want the goal location. Basically, we want to take the vector to the goal from our current. So get entity, get actor location. It's so let's get our goal, let's get our actor location for the goal and do the same thing. You're out of here? Yeah, if you're going to be getting up early, you need to get to sleep, sir. So, yeah, thanks for asking questions, and hopefully you're doing well. So, we need basically to take our, not our entity location, right? We need our ball location. So we want to take the vector from the goal. So we want to take from goal minus ball. And that'll be that guy. We want to normalize this vector. We're going to then multiply it by the aim shoot blink distance. And then we're going to take our ball position vector, and we're going to add that. Oh, thanks for answering. Yeah, no problem. And you can thank Adam for subscribing you to my channel. Make sure to use the ambient upset emote at all times to show your upsettedness with the universe. So basically what we want to do is we want to take our ball location. So we need to get our entity, get our current location. We want to break that vector, and we want to make a vector. Basically, we want to set this guy to, this is our X, and then our Y and our Z for this. And I guess we want to set actor location. But the problem is, we don't really want to set our location to this, because that'll like throw us into walls and shit like that, right? So we want to see if it's a valid location. So the question is, can we move to a specific location? And do we have any functions that already have this sort of thing in them? Alright, so what can this do? Basically, it's going to see if we can, so it would do like a ray trace. Alright, update snap to floor. Okay, so what this would do is, so it would sweep our movement object. So let's see if we can actually move to a location, and if it didn't collide, it assumes that the new location is good. So we want overlap movement object. So we basically want to update snap to floor, but instead of doing the current snap to floor stuff, it needs to do a check if we can. So I need to do like a can existence spot. So it's basically going to be if overlap movement object position return false, otherwise return true. Let me see in the movement utils if any of these are blueprintable. Some of them are. So what about update snap to floor? Yeah, we don't have that done. So I'm just going to do can occupy space. Okay, so we want this set and snap. So we need to set that inside of our player logic object. And I'm going to call this try occupy space. So let's build that and see what we got. Well, delta T undeclared. It's supposed to be a 0. So we'll see if we can... I mean, a smarter object would have more rules behind it, where it would try to actually position you in a couple different locations and like cast a ray out from the ball to a maximum distance and try to put you there. We'll see. We'll just see how this works. I am interested to see how it actually does what it's supposed to do. Hello, Valkyrie. Yeah, I use the light background because I'm a heathen. It's just what I've always done. I know a lot of people use dark backgrounds for stuff, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't bug me. Gonna go blind with the white background. That's true. I can see fine what you're talking about. You switch from Notepad Plus to Sublime Text because of iBurn. You're just like, I can't deal with this shit. I mean, you didn't switch from Notepad++ to other things because Notepad++ is part of the CIA hacking tools? I mean, that should have been your first and foremost. They've got you there. Well, if you update it past like 7.3 or whatever, then the CIA can't hack it. But that was part of like the Vault 7 leaks, was the Notepad++ exploit that they used to get people's machines. You had no idea? Oh, that's just how it goes. I still got the conspiracy theory that all the encryption libraries are such a pain in the ass to use, and most of them are broken, and that's all on purpose. Like, all the fucking defaults for everything are like security off, even if you're trying to use it properly. It's like, Jesus Christ. People wouldn't even notice that all their crap is actually hackable. It's like Unreal 4 out of the box doesn't verify SSL certificates. So many HTTPS stuff you're doing can just be spoofed. Have fun with that. Dark theme for Notepad++. Copy the material file to app data Notepad. Or simply import it by going to import. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so we got try occupy space. Setup and snap is true. Alright, we'll see if it does what it's supposed to with this thing. So what this should do is set us on the 150 units away from the ball on the opposite side of the ball from the goal. That did not do that thing. Alright, so what is it? Get actor location, our current one. So what are we adding in here? So we normalized it, and then we added the goal location in there? No, we need the ball location plus that vector is what we're going for.